You're leaving the auto parts store. You see it in the parking lot. Big wrap truck, photos of sizzling steaks, giant banner screaming 20 ribeyes for $40, staff in uniforms, tables set up, long line of people. It looks legitimate, professional, like a real business. And you're thinking, 20 ribeyes for $40? That's $2 per steak. At the grocery store, a single ribeye costs $15 to $20. This has to be a deal, right? So you get in line, wait 30 minutes. Staff brings you into the tent, shows you the ribeye pack, vacuum sealed, 20 pieces, $40. But they can upsell you to premium boxes. Steak, chicken, seafood combos, anywhere from $100 to $400. You buy the ribeyes, drive home, open the package. The steaks are gray, thin as paper, 4 ounces each instead of the 8 to 12 ounce ribeyes you imagined, full of gristle. When you cook them, they're tough, chewy, barely edible. Even your dog turns its nose up. You try to get a refund, the truck is gone, move to the next city, you message them on Facebook like the website says, no response. You call, no answer. You just paid $40 for 5 pounds of meat you can't eat. And the meat man? He's making $250,000 to $2 million annually. From a truck, in parking lots, all across America. This is The Meat Man, a new series, same approach. Follow the money. $500 million to $1 billion in parking lot meat sales annually. Some operations technically legal, all selling questionable quality, exploiting inflation and desperation. Let's follow the ribeyes from the truck to your freezer. The Meat Man isn't one person, it's a system. And in 2026, it's evolved into 2 distinct operations, the corporate multi-state networks and the solo neighborhood hustlers. The corporate meat truck operations, the new version. These are organized companies operating across multiple states. Big operations, professional appearance. Some are even technically legal with permits and USDA inspections. The major players operating right now. Kenston Farms, based in Alabama, operates in at least 9 states. Florida, Connecticut, Wisconsin, Ohio, California, Nevada, Arizona, rotating constantly. Sets up outside auto parts stores, tractor supply stores, strip malls. Google reviews, 4.6 stars out of 5, over 2,700 reviews. Sounds great. But here's the catch. Better Business Bureau rating? F, for unanswered consumer complaints, and many 5-star reviews were incentivized with discounts. Star Steaks, Essential Foods, The Prime House, similar operations. Different names, same model, parking lot events, big banners, professional appearance. How the modern meat man operates. Setup, big wrap truck with photos of premium steaks. Makes it look like a legitimate food distribution company. Staff in matching shirts or uniforms, folding tables, professional signage, some even have tents. Location, shopping center parking lots, auto parts stores, mall parking lots, anywhere with high foot traffic and permission from property owner. The pitch, giant banner visible from street, 20 ribeyes for $40, sometimes 50% off party packs, gets attention immediately. Marketing, Facebook ads targeting local communities, TikTok videos, social media posts in community groups, creates buzz, drives traffic. Truck here this weekend only. The sales process, long line forms, creates urgency and FOMO. Staff brings customers in one at a time or small groups, shows the ribeye pack, $40, vacuum sealed, 20 pieces, looks professional. Then the upsell. Since you're here, we have premium combo boxes. Ribeyes, fillets, New York strips, chicken, seafood. Normally $800, today $400. You interested? Many people who came for $40 ribeyes walk out spending $200 to $500. Payment. They accept credit cards now, not just cash like the old days. Makes it feel more legitimate. Some even have Square readers on iPads. Professional checkout process. The product. Here's where it gets interesting. The meat is technically real meat. It is USDA inspected. Some operations even have permits from cities where they operate. But look closer at what you're actually getting. Grade, USDA Select. That's the 3rd highest grade. Below Prime and Choice. lower quality, less marbling, tougher when cooked. Size, 4 ounces per steak, not the 8 to 12 ounce ribeyes people imagine. 24-ounce steaks, that's 5 pounds total. When they said 20 ribeyes, you thought 20 normal steaks. You got 20 breakfast-cut thin pieces. Processing, mechanically tenderized. Little needles poke holes throughout the meat. This looks like it helps tenderness, but it creates bacteria risk. Bacteria from surface gets pushed deep into meat. FDA recommends cooking to medium well, no more medium rare. Ingredients, not just beef. Check the label. Beef, water, rice starch, plum juice concentrate, sodium phosphates, trehalose, garlic powder. It's been injected with solution to add weight and extend shelf life. The actual economics, $40 for 5 pounds plus 11% event fee they add at checkout. Total, $44.40, that's $8.88 per pound. Grocery store ribeye on sale, $9 to $13 per pound. For choice grade, not select. You're not getting a deal. You're paying same price for lower quality, but the 20 for $40 makes it feel like a steal. The Solo Meat Man, the classic version. This guy still exists. Smaller scale, individual operator. The old school hustle, shows up in neighborhood. Van or pickup truck, small chest freezer in back. My freezer broke, need to sell this meat before it thaws, half price. Or I'm a delivery driver, customer canceled order, can't return it, gotta sell it cheap. Cash only, no permits, no inspection, true underground operation. Door-to-door version, some still go door-to-door, knock, pitch, sell from trunk. USDA still warns about this in 2026. Major safety concern, meat transported without proper refrigeration. Bacteria multiply above 40 degrees, food poisoning risk. Federal Trade Commission cooling off rule applies. 3 days to cancel door-to-door sales over $25. Must receive cancellation forms. But many people don't know this. And by the time they realize meat is bad, they don't pursue it. The common thread between corporate and solo operations, exploiting economic pressure, targeting people struggling with inflation, making it look like a great deal, delivering questionable quality, then disappearing before customer can complain effectively. The parking lot meat economy has 4 levels, different scale, different risk, different profit. Level 1, solo neighborhood meat man, makes $40,000, $100,000 per year. This is individual operator, one person, one vehicle, selling in local neighborhoods or door-to-door. Setup, personal van or pickup, chest freezer, buys meat wholesale or overstock from processors. Sometimes legitimate surplus, sometimes questionable sourcing. Method, drives around neighborhoods, knocks on doors or parks in visible location. Freezer broke or delivery driver with extra story, sells meat at discount. Pricing, buys meat at $3 to $5 per pound wholesale, sells at $6 to $10 per pound. Customer thinks they're getting deal because retail is $12 to $20. Operator doubles or triples money. Volume, sells $500 to $1,500 worth of meat weekly. 50 to 75% profit margin after costs. Annual, $25,000 to $75,000 revenue. $15,000 to $50,000 profit after meat cost, gas, vehicle maintenance. Net profit, $40,000 to $100,000 if running efficiently. Risk, moderate, operating without permits, potential food safety violations. If caught, fines, citations, possibly shut down. But enforcement is typically reactive, not proactive. Reality. This is side hustle for many, supplement to other income, or full-time for people who can't get traditional employment. Been doing this for decades in some cases. Level 2, event-based operator, makes $80,000 to $200,000 per year. This is someone running parking lot events, 1 or 2 locations per week. More organized than solo guy, but not corporate level. Setup, commercial truck or large van, professional signage, gets permits where required, employs 1 to 3 staff members for busy events. Method, secures permission from property owners, shopping centers, auto parts stores, sets up for 1 to 3 days, advertises on social media, runs sales event. Sales volume 50 to 150 customers per event. Average sale $100 to $300 after upsells. Event revenue $5,000 to $40,000. Frequency 2 to 4 events per month. Some operators do weekly in different cities. Annual revenue $120,000 to $500,000 gross. Costs. Meat accounts for 40 to 50% of revenue. Staff wages take up 10 to 15%. Truck and equipment costs are 5 to 10%. Permits and fees are 2 to 5%. Net profit is usually 25 to 35% of revenue. Typical annual figures range from $80,000 to $200,000. The risk level is moderate to high. This business is very visible, and consumer complaints can trigger investigations. BBB complaints and social media backlash are possible if customers are dissatisfied with the operation. If the business stays within legal technicalities by maintaining proper permits and passing inspections, it is typically hard to shut down. Reality is that this is a professional operation. For some, it's a full-time business carried out for years. Experienced operators know which cities have easier permitting processes and rotate locations to avoid wearing out their welcome in any spot. This rotation allows operators to maintain business without drawing negative attention to themselves or their operations. Level 3, multi-state network operator, makes $250,000 to $800,000 per year. These individuals run events across multiple states, managing 3 to 10 locations every month. They coordinate staff and handle complex logistics to keep the network running smoothly. Setup often involves multiple trucks or coordination with local operators in different states, use of brand names like Kenston Farms or Star Steaks, and a strong social media presence with online advertising to attract more customers. Operations typically include running events in Florida one week, Alabama the next, and Connecticut after that, constantly rotating. This approach helps prevent market saturation and keeps the operation profitable in every location. Staff for these operations can range from 5 to 20 people. Event staff are responsible for setting up, selling meat, and handling transactions. Drivers move the trucks, while coordinators work to secure new sales locations. The revenue model consists of 10 to 20 events each month, earning $10,000 to $50,000 per event. Monthly revenue can reach $100,000 to $1 million. Annual gross can be $1.2 million to $12 million, with net profits of $250,000 up to $3 million or more. Operating at this scale attracts regulatory attention, including consumer protection agencies, BBB complaints, and the risk of media investigations from action or consumer watchdog shows. However, if permits and inspections are in order, shutting down operations becomes difficult. At this level, the business is a serious operation. Operators use sophisticated logistics, marketing strategies, and legal advisors to stay compliant. Successful operators can make seven-figure incomes annually with their well-structured and efficient business model. Level 4, Corporate Meat Distribution Network, makes $1 million plus per year. At the top are companies running massive operations similar to the parking lot meat model, structured with parent companies managing multiple brand names, franchises, or direct operations across dozens of states. These companies have websites, online ordering capabilities, and fleets of delivery trucks. Operations include hundreds of events every year, with some companies running dozens of events at once in different states each weekend. The supply chain involves direct meat processor relationships and bulk buying. Marketing efforts receive six-figure annual budgets for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and targeted ads across dozens of markets. A professional creative team produces advertising content to promote these brands and grow the business to a national scale. Revenue. Major operators doing $10 million to $50 million plus annually. Net profit margin 25 to 35% at this scale. Annual profit, 2.5 million to 15 million plus for top operators. Risk, very high if operating outside regulations, but many hire compliance teams. Ensure permits, pass inspections, operate in gray area of technically legal but ethically questionable. The money flows up. Customer pays $44 for ribeye pack. Event operator paid $22 for meat. Network operator paid $18 to supplier. Supplier paid $15 to processor. Everyone takes cut. Customer gets lowest grade meat at regular prices but thinks they got a deal. The parking lot meat hustle thrives because of 4 factors: inflation pressure, legitimacy theater, pricing psychology, and urgency tactics. The inflation pressure, creating desperate buyers. Meat prices in 2026 are brutal. For family of 4, weekly meat budget can be upwards of $80 to $150. When they see 20 ribeyes for $40, their brain does math. Normally I pay $20 per steak at the store. This is $2 per steak. The legitimacy theater, looking like real business. This is key to modern operation. Everything screams legitimate business. Professional truck wrap with food photos, staff in matching uniforms, credit card processing, permits and licenses displayed when required. All of this makes customer think, this is a real business. The pricing psychology, the deal that isn't. 20 ribeyes for $40. Your brain anchors on 2 numbers, 20 quantity and 40 price. What you don't automatically calculate: 20 steaks at 4 ounces each is 5 pounds. $40 for 5 pounds is $8 per pound. Plus, 11% event fee makes it $8.88 per pound. You're paying same price or slightly less for lower grades, select versus choice. This is pricing psychology at expert level. The urgency tactics, forcing quick decision, limited time, truck here this weekend only, creates fear of missing out, exploitation disguised as opportunity, scam disguised as deal, and it works. Year after year, state after state. $500 million to $1 billion annually. This is the meat man, operating in plain sight in every city, every state, parking lots across America, the guy selling ribeyes from a truck. If you see the banner, 20 ribeyes for $40, remember, do the math. If it seems too good to be true, it is. Subscribe if you want to see more underground economy analysis. Different series, same approach. This street economics, we follow the money, show the system, explain why it exists.